Hi you guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another quick tutorial for you guys, and this is specifically going to be on a palm center. Every time, oh my goodness, every time I make these centers, I always get asked how do I make them, and I do use my Cricut machine. And I do use an image off Design Space. So if you are a Silhouette user, unfortunately, I don't know if Silhouette has an image that looks like the one from Cricut Design Space. And this is what the image looks like. Now, so with this image, you are able to size it down, enlarge it, kind of manipulate the shaping of it in order to make various different style of centers. Now, another very popular center of mine that I do have here on my YouTube channel is the spiral center, and it's also made out of using the same image, just manipulating the size to create, you know, obviously different sizes and different styles. I'm trying to see here in my office if I have an image or a flower with that spiral center. Oh my gosh. Let me pause and let me see if I can find something to show you. All right, you guys, so I'm going to take you here in my office. It's a flower that's really up high. So I can't take it down, but do you see that flower right here? So that is another very popular center of mine called the spiral center, and I do have a video here on my YouTube channel sharing with you guys 3 different sizes that you can make. This is the largest size right here, and I also show you how to make a very small one, which let me take you over here to the other side of my office and let's see if you guys can spot her. Right here, there's the other little small spiral. Can you see it right here? This kind of light purple. Too sure if you can see it. So that's another spiral center. So those centers are also done using that same marigold image, but you have to manipulate the sizing and change it. So the wonderful thing about that video is I do give you the measurements, okay? And I'm gonna have that video linked down below if you want to learn how to make those spiral centers. But for this tutorial, I am going to show you how to make the various famous puffy center that I show you guys a lot on my Instagram. Super simple, you guys. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the measurements for this palm. Now, obviously, as you can see with these, I have used 2 colors, and typically that's my go-to because there's a certain floral set that's on my Etsy shop that's very popular that requires the palms to be 2 different colors, which is what I'm going to show you how to assemble that 2-tone color. It's super simple, but you can also keep it just simple as is, or you can add multiple colors, which I have in the past to make more of like a rainbow kind of type of palm. You can also add as many layers as you want. I typically do 3 because I like more of a fuller look, but you could also do 2. You could even do 1 if it's going to be like a very small, simple flower. 1 will definitely work, okay? So I just want to give you guys the measurements of my 2 most very popular palm centers that I use a lot, and then do what you like with it, okay? So this is, like I said, what the image gonna look like. Now this particular one is for the larger palm that I'm gonna show you how to assemble. So it is slightly larger than this one. This is more of the smaller palm. So let me go ahead and take you to Design Space. I'm gonna give you those measurements right now for both sizes, and at the end we're going to assemble this one. Okay, you guys, so we are here on Design Space. So here are the measurements for the smaller palm. So that's that first one that I showed you. So width, as you can see right here, it's 6.72, and height is 5.98. Now you can enter like right here where you see the black. If you want to be more precise, you can see right here 6.723. Height 5.978. Okay, so here they just round it over here on this side, but honestly, whichever one you want to enter is perfectly fine. So that is for the smaller palm. Now I just leave it 1, and then I just load and unload my, my Cricut machine to let it cut. So if it's multicolor, I'll do, 2 purple, then 1 white. It's honestly your preference. The point of this video is just to give you the measurements because I know I get requested a lot. And now as for flower size, for this one, I typically use this floral center for this size in particular, anywhere between 10 10 to 15 inch flower. I mean, obviously it depends on like the separation of petals, like how wide you have the center. Like if, for example, like this one is a 2-layer petal flower, so they are more spread apart right here. So for this one, you could do the smaller one. Okay, personally though, I feel because this is a little bit wider that the larger one would look better. So that's what we're going to show you. So now let's go to the larger center. Okay, you guys, and here are the measurements for the larger palm, which is what I'm going to show you right now how to assemble. So width 7.74, or if you would like to enter what's over here, 7.741, and then height 6.883. Okay, so this is what you want to enter. Now, let me show you what the image looks like. So let's just go here to images. Okay, in your search engine, you're going, you know, it just dawned on me that, never mind, search engine, type in marigold right here, okay? Type in marigold, and this is what the image is going to look like. But let me go and see if I can give you, here we go. So do you see that hashtag MA3F32, this right here? If you type this in the search engine, it should automatically just give you this image, because I did have to scroll quite a bit to find it, because there were 198 you know, relatable that related to that word. So this is the one right here. So like I said, oh, you know what, you guys, hold on, there's someone in my, all right, you guys, apologies for that. Someone was at the door. So yeah, so go ahead and type in this number right here, but make sure you add the little hashtag as well, or the pound sign, in your search engine, and this image should pop up. But if not, this is what it looks like right here. Okay, so let me just show you real quick how to make it. So you are just going to add glue to the bottom. And glue, just like this, and do this to all three. Okay, guys, so get the first color. So typically I just do like an AB pattern. So I'm going to do pink, just roll. Now you could definitely make these larger or smaller. I just gave you guys the measurements of the two that I tend to use a lot, but I've done definitely smaller and larger palms. These two are just pretty much my go-to sizes. Okay, oh, definitely burn my finger there. And then just add the middle color. And that's it. As you can see, it's a very simple center. I will say, just a tip on the cutting on Design Space is that make sure that your mat is fairly new, that it's not dirty, that your blade is pretty new, you know, it's not worn out, just because of the cutting can be a little intricate. So I definitely find that I have more success if it's a newer, kind of a newer mat, not too old, you know, where it's super dirty, because then it can snag a little. And trust me, it takes quite a bit for it to cut. So it's definitely one of those where I get upset if it doesn't work out. Let me show you what one of the cutting mats looks like. So, and that's it, you guys. And then you just fluff it up and you are all done. Let me show you. So I have a mat right here. So let me just show you. This is what I mean with how it's kind of very intricate. So definitely, like I said, I recommend a mat that's not super dirty, that's definitely still very sticky, in order for this to work out in the cutting. Because let me show you a fail, which was this one right here. This is definitely not as sticky, and it was definitely more dirtier than this mat. And this cutting I had to throw away. I don't know if I have it still to show you. I do. Let me show you. This is what happened. this is what happened because the mat was dirty. Yeah, I was definitely not happy. Okay, so those are just my tips for you if you want to have a successful cut. Definitely just make sure that you have, you know, a nice clean mat. Sometimes the newer mats can be a little too sticky, so I wouldn't recommend a brand new mat, just because when you lift it up, it you know, for some reason sometimes these mats are super sticky. That, you know, I like it more a little bit worn out, but not too much. I really hope that makes sense. If you're a Cricut, you know, user and work with these mats, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you guys, and that is it with the palm. And then perfect for a floral center. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions, please message me either my Instagram, Ariel Elise Designs, my email, arielelisedesigns@gmail.com, or my Etsy. And if you don't have a cutting machine and you want to learn how to make palms, head to my Instagram, and under my saved highlight stories, I have dedicated to centers that I make hand cut that require no cutting machine. And I do show you how to make a palm center without any cutting machine. You're just going to use an X-Acto knife and a little of those paper trimmers. Watch that. I'll try to see if I can link it down below here to take you to that. And I will chat with you guys later. Bye.